My daughter provided some anecdotes this morning as part of a chat on the way to school to my other daughter. And as I listened to her giving these examples, which is what they were, of some things that happened in the past, which illustrated a point she was trying to make, it reminded me that one should, I think, be flexible in how one treats or listens to examples that people give against points they want to make. Now, the thing that she was chatting about, my daughter number one, we'll call them number one and number two, the thing she was talking about was hyperinflation in Germany after the war, of all things. You never know what kids are going to talk about. And she wanted to describe what hyperinflation was to her younger sister. And the examples she gave were, well, the first one was this. She said, look, there's this situation on one occasion where a man sold his house for 12 million marks in Germany. And he took that money in a wheelbarrow to a coffee shop. And by the time he got to the coffee shop, he discovered that he had enough money to buy only one coffee. So he ordered that coffee. But he made a big mistake. He didn't pay at the start. He elected to pay for the coffee after he'd finished the coffee. And by the time he had finished his coffee, the price of the coffee was 50 million marks. And he didn't have enough money. I like that, And another anecdote she gave, another example of hyperinflation that she gave was that on a separate occasion, at about the same time, another man pulled out his life savings out of a bank and he bought a bus ticket. And he took a tour around Berlin on this bus, one last hurrah. And the bus ticket cost him his life savings. And when he got back, he died of starvation. Okay, so those were the two examples of hyperinflation that she used, my daughter, to describe hyperinflation. I think they were really good examples. But they were satirical, obviously. In fact, they were so wildly off, or maybe not that wildly off. I have seen pictures of people taking wheelbarrows down to shops to buy loaves of bread or whatever back in Germany after the war. But, they were obviously fake. But did it matter that they were fake? Was she giving fake news to my other daughter? I think not. Her examples were fake, but they were better examples than any examples she could have come up with that were true. So sometimes when you're making a point, a true point, you don't have to give true examples to back up your point. Sometimes you can give fake examples and still make the point just as well or even better. And I do that a hell of a lot. Maybe my daughter's caught a little bit. And this is why it's good not to be on social media, actually, because you get fact checked. My daughter, if she put all that up on the internet, she'd get fact checked. But the dominant purpose of her chat with her younger sister was to make a point, not to give true examples. The fact that the examples were fake were incidental. And this happens a lot, I think. Just give me a second. wanted to make sure my laptop was still in there. I took a break. And I think this happens a lot, and it doesn't have to be satirical, for a wrong example to not matter. Look, in this case, my daughter gave examples, anecdotes. She presented them as anecdotes, deadpan. I like that. She told these stories as if they were true, with a lack of inflection in her voice, and I like that because that emphasises the point she wants to make as her own. And now, so what can happen in life is you're making a point, and you just pull some examples out of your ass. Well, that doesn't necessarily matter, sometimes it does matter, and sometimes it doesn't. And wisdom is knowing which is which. But sometimes you can give a wrong example, even honestly, accidentally, and your point still stands, even if your examples are wrong, And to a certain extent, well, what would you say in intelligent conversation? Not that I would know anything about intelligent conversation, If you're making a point, it does, for someone to pick you up on details of examples of that you're making along the way, and blowing those up to claim that they smash your point. Well, sometimes they don't smash your point. Sometimes they do. It depends. You've got you need the wisdom to know which is which. But not all that against fake examples. I'm rather against fake points, but I'm not against fake examples, especially when they are obviously satirical or a joke, as my daughters were this morning. And the fact that she was giving fake examples, well, I couldn't be more proud. She off the old one. She does it a lot better than me. It was really good the way she did it. Delivered fake news. She delivered fake examples as fact. And there was nothing wrong with that.